Right, I think we can start. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Athens Institute for Education and Research, Atiner for short, I'd like to welcome you to this 10th Annual International Conference on Information Technology and Computer Science. My name is George Poulos and I'm the Vice President of Research. Do you have a problem here?
No. Use your phone.
This is one.
Okay, work.
Okay. Make sure that it carries on. Okay. Good. Right. Atiner was established in 1995, and its mission is to act as a forum where academics and researchers from all over the world can come together to this historic cradle of democracy, Athens, in order to exchange ideas on their research, to interact with each other, and to discuss future developments in their disciplines. The basic activities of Atiner include the organizing and hosting of international conferences, such as this one, as well as symposiums, carrying out of research, and the production of various publications. And since 1995, Atiner has organized more than 200 international conferences and other events, and has published close to 150 books. Atiner has also organized numerous round-table discussions and public speeches on topical issues. The Institute is also currently involved in an ambitious project regarding the proposed establishment of an academic village. The aim is to establish a community of research scholars and academics, and the proposed village will include a conference center, living facilities, as well as facilities for research and recreation. You'll find more information on this green paper in your file. Turning to today's formal activities, you should each have a program by now. Please note, this is very important, that each presentation is limited to 15 minutes. The chairpersons will keep time and will use 3 and 1 minute reminder cards. I'd like to ask the chairs to adhere strictly to the time constraints. Please allow for questions and discussion after all the papers have been presented and not after each paper. The chairpersons must also fill in the report forms that they'll be receiving. This is important because the final program will be based on the chairperson's reports. Should you need to make use of technical facilities in your presentation, please confirm that everything is in order before the session begins. There will be someone from the admin staff to help you in this regard. As you all know, certain technical features can always come about during the presentation, so please try and attend to that before the session. And there will be a coffee break also between each session. You should also consult the social program, which is red in color. The Greek night tonight is to be recommended. Apart from Greek cuisine, we get lots of Greek music and dancing, and you can even join in if you like. There's also the urban walk tomorrow. The person in charge of the urban walk is Dr. Gregory Katsis, and you'll be meeting him tomorrow. And then follows the cruise to selected islands and the visit to the ancient site of Delphi. Right, on the more important issue of publications, the Institute is involved with various publications. Firstly, there are the abstracts which are published and which are required by certain delegates. Secondly, the papers that are presented are placed on the web as part of an online paper series soon after the conference, and these have their own ISS number. They are not peer-reviewed, but they can of course be cited. If you do not wish to have your paper on this, in this particular series, then you can just inform us and we'll make sure that it doesn't go onto the web. The purpose of this publication series is to firstly disseminate information in your paper as quickly as possible, and secondly to allow for feedback in case you wish to make amendments before submitting your paper for publication in a book. With regard to book publications, you'll receive an email soon after the conference asking you for a final draft for publication consideration and any other information that may be relevant. All papers that are submitted will go through a referee process before they'll be considered for publication in the book. Finally, Atiner now also has its own journal series. This was introduced this year. And this series includes papers which are considered to be outstanding in content, and which are selected and peer-reviewed by an editorial board. On the issue of collaboration, we at Atiner would also like to collaborate with other institutions. Academics, researchers, and institutes are invited to collaborate with our institute on research and education projects. If you're not yet a member of the Institute, we'd like you to join and to assist with the reviewing and editing of papers. Part of our vision is to organise visiting fellowships, and we are now in the process of discussing this. Well, finally, academic colleagues, as is clear from the programme, you've come from so many different countries. And we at Atiner sincerely hope that you make the most of this opportunity to interact with each other, to enjoy this conference, and that you'll go back home with fond memories, and most of all that you'll want to come back to future conferences. So enjoy the conference. I'm going to hand over to our president, Dr. Papanikos.
Thank you very much, George. Actually, good morning. Welcome to this conference. Actually, George Poulos, our Vice President of Research, has said everything that it has to be said. I just want to, if I can transmit our philosophy, our mission. What we are doing actually at the Athens Institute, which is not an institute in essence, is an association of professors, academics from all over the world, based in Athens. So we're not a Greek institute or a Greek association, we're an international association, like United Nations based in New York. We have 600 members coming from over 50 countries. And our purpose goes back 2,500 years. We like to make this city a place where people can come from all over the world and meet in small groups. So we don't organize big conferences, but we do organize very small parallel conferences. So you will see all of the 7 rooms of Titania are booked by us because we have 7 parallel events. So small groups in each room so people can meet. So that's our idea. And this is the reason I should say that tomorrow the urban walk is fully booked. So we don't have space for the urban walk, believe it or not. And the reason is because we have all these parallel events, and people join in from the different small conferences that we organize, just to understand why we cannot actually, according to our constitution, organize big events, because they don't meet what we are trying to do here. Now, on the issue of publications, we do have the book publication. Professor Petratos recently appointed from associate professor California to full professor, yes, and he has struggled for that for not so many years.
Relatively fast. Thank you very much.
And he's our vice president. We have 4 vice presidents. One is from Dallas, the other is from California, the other is from Singapore, and Poulos is from South Africa. So right away you can see the internationality if we consider the different states of United States as different countries, so to speak, because it's so huge. I don't have more to say. I'll see you tonight at 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever it's the time of the event. The red piece of information is the most important. You should consult it, and please, we have there that our events are not a la carte. That means you cannot order. So don't come there and say, I want a bottle of whiskey. We're not going to offer it. So we're going to serve whatever is here. Not a la carte means you cannot order. See, is that clear? Because people come in, and even the quantity is restricted by us, because we don't want people that come from so many different countries to start fighting over booze. Okay? So this is very important, and this is the reason why we are doing it. And of course, there are people from different events that we organize tonight. And I think very soon the Greek night will be, because we have a capacity of 100 and something, will be fully booked as well. Now, is there any question that relates to our mission? So the administration. The administration, if you want to ask something about the administration, we have people, we have slaves outside that work for us, so they can be used, and ask them the questions, not me, Professor Petratos, or Professor Poulos. Professor Petratos will take over, he will chair the first session, and he will start right away. You don't have to break until 9 o'clock. Usually we start 9:30, whatever is the session. And you can start right away. And something else about the program. If someone is not coming, does not appear in the program, of course, and we might finish earlier. Usually that's what we are doing. So we have to be here, in other words. Don't think that the last session will start on time. We start earlier. So we're not going to wait if some people don't come. Okay, so make sure that if you are in that program, that you are around to know the changes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming. Apologies for the partly cloudy sky. We're going to get started with the first presenter.
Which is Venice.
Come, first presenters here.
Or speaker then.
Yes, okay. Please come forward.
It's okay,